Hey, by the way, let's number off real quick to make sure we don't. I just have everybody named student 1 to 30 in my class, so we'll start over here with student 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9, yeah. 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18.
We started. Do a hard reset.
So we can present your screen. Yeah, go ahead and just minimize that. Yeah. Thanks.
All right, in case you haven't had it, we connected. There's another code in case you haven't signed in. I think we have everyone. So we're back pretty much like 1 year later. It's been 1 year since I've seen y'all and talked about SeeSaw. We've definitely learned a lot more about SeeSaw since then. I'm sure y'all have too, right? But what we want to do is go through a couple things that we would say are a little bit more step 2 with SeeSaw that we want to share with you. So just in case you haven't met us, my name is Ernest Gonzalez. I'm with SeeSaw EdTech.
And Sonia Obregon, also SeeSaw EdTech and Design, also under the umbrella of 21st Century Learning.
Right. Yep. So the first quick little activity that I want to do with y'all is this Venn diagram here. Now, the whole point of this is I wanted y'all to see that you can add something in for your students, just a quick diagram. And what y'all need to do, in case you didn't read the directions here, it says please click 3 dots under this post. So if you go a little bit underneath the post, you're going to see those 3 dots that I'm talking about right there. Right. Right. So as the student, you can click one of your options is going to be to copy and edit. So go ahead and select copy and edit. And once you do, each of you gets your own version to edit. So you're going to use once you click copy and edit. Go ahead and do that. I want you to use label. The really easy way of adding in text. Label this diagram. We're going to do one side animals that swim. The other side is going to be animals that fly. So as long as you give me 1 or 2 in each category, you pass. Animals that swim and animals that fly. Of course, the middle, an animal that can do both. Anybody else need to sign in real quick? I am not here.
Yeah, student code.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Let's take just 30 more seconds. You didn't get a number. Okay, go ahead and send me what you have, please.
So it's the biggest check mark, the big check mark.
Yes. Yes. Check mark once. You may need to check mark it twice. Usually one check mark lets the student preview. The next check mark is the final submission. Right now, I have a bunch of items to approve. So just for now, I'm going to hit approve all. But that was something that at the time when I came to train y'all, I didn't really know about. And I don't know if y'all have been using that so much, but I found that it's really quick to just, even if I have my paper in front of me and I draw it something really quick and I just take a picture of that and push it out to everybody and they can just say copy and edit, they can start going at it. That could be, I'm going to take a picture of something in this book. Now, each of you has a way to highlight the text or to whatever, work out the math problem, however it is you want to do it. There was a question. Yes, ma'am.
Well, how did you make that Venn diagram originally? Like, what, or was this a picture?
This is, yeah, it's just an image that I pulled in. I'm approving all of them here.
I got a 4. If you look at the first student 20.
Student 20.
I didn't bother with the differences. I was just really impressed.
Let me go back to my journal here. Student 20, where are you at? There you are. Oh, that's mine. That's mine. Maybe yours hasn't populated yet. I believe you. I believe. There it is. Look. I don't know what this is, but I believe that it's a real animal. Yeah. What is it?
That bird thing.
It's a snake bird.
It's a snake bird, yeah. It's a freaky.
It's a black bird.
Turtles from MB?
Mario Brothers.
Okay, good.
I mean, I don't think it's
Okay. And by the way, some of the things that we do today, in a little bit, you might want to jot down a couple notes in case you don't have that photographic memory like I don't. I need to write it down. But that was kind of easy. Copy and edit. I think there's a lot of potential there. The next thing that was introduced maybe only about a month or two ago, it was very recent, was activities. Right? You have to have the updated version of SeeSaw to start seeing activities. Now, we really like activities. And you will see that here on your screen. I want you to go ahead and click on activities. Do that now, please. The little light bulb icon. Inside of activities, I created a special assignment just for y'all to do. All right? Let's take a look at it. It says, what animal are you? You're going to choose a type of animal. Start thinking about it now, like your spirit animal almost maybe. It's got to be a fish, an amphibian, a reptile, a bird, or a mammal. One of those animals inside that category, okay? You're going to record a video of you impersonating the animal. If you're a little bit more shy, you can also take a picture. Doesn't have to be a video. I don't want you to tell us what it is, but you got to act out the movement, the behavior, the sounds they make, the characteristics of it somehow. So there it says you can take a picture instead. If you do, don't forget, you can say record and add the sound on top of the photo, but you can also kind of draw a little bit too to give us some hints, but not too obvious, right? Just enough hints. There's the steps. Okay, definitely feel free to work with a partner if you're unsure about how to do this. But here's where you should be able to do that. Let's see what your screen looks like. Yeah, it says add there at the bottom. So I'm going to give you, how much time do y'all think to pull this off?
20 minutes.
30 minutes.
Like 30 minutes or so?
30 minutes.
Oh, the whole thing?
Give or take like 27 minutes or so. I'm going to give y'all, this is ALA, I'm going to give y'all 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Let's start at 3 minutes.
You mean just for the first part? You mean just to like do the...
Let's just say 5 minutes max to do this assignment and turn it in.
So if you record yourself for the yeah, 5 minutes is good.
Start now.
You want me to put a timer on?
Yes, thank you.
You would use it. You want to see what animal song is going to be.
Yeah, but I don't know video.
Okay, so take a photo. Oh, okay, I want to grab it.
Well, you can see it. This is funny to watch.
Sitting down.
I was trying to figure out how to put the arch
Please
so, but for you to do me, you'll have to Can I? So I have to, if I want to try to spell her, she would have to use press. Or could I go here? Would you really
Oh, wait, this is just my
Oh, no.
There you go.
Raise your paw if you need help.
Raise your paw. Ready? Okay.
You found it? Yes.
So,
Yeah. Where did you find it? I walked around in like 5 seconds.
there you go.
We could be like this.
Oh, I don't think it's a student. Oh, nice.
Okay, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left.
So is this like
Oh,
Are you a surprise? How'd you get that? How do you see other children?
They have no first.
I never published my Allison, I put in the team numbers. 1 minute. That's the problem with the big stuff on rings.
They're recording their own version of the line.
Not at all. Okay, so there should be. You do have that, you train them with the thing that.
okay, in case you've already finished your animal, there's one more part to this activity. It says here at the bottom, after you submitted your activity, please go to the comments and you have to guess at least 3 of your classmates. So this is what that looks like. I'm about to click right here. And look how I can see everything packaged up nicely into one. If you click on one, you're going to be able to comment on it, what the animal is. Right? Here's where I can comment.
This is a draft.
So how do you get the videos when it's up to
Can you see everybody else? Okay, so try to guess what animal they are using a comment.
Oh, are we supposed to do that?
Yes. Good activity. And good contact.
Oh my gosh, that's scary. And just say, everybody look at Sarah's ring. Look at Sarah.
Are there any amazing ones we need to see?
Sarah.
What student number is it? Student 15. Okay.
Yeah, they love them. There's just like a blue picture.
Okay. So activities.
Added sound effects and group picture and whatever. And go away.
Oh, it's from a YouTube video. I just make those sounds.
You guys guess what it is. That's a hard one.
It's actually Stranger.
Right, the Demogorgon. Yeah. I feel like I'm zoomed in on something. I don't know. I see at least 3 tentacles of some sort.
Some of it.
Did y'all notice? Did y'all notice that the directions for all of this was recorded as audio as well? I can have a student that's a really early reader and not know what this is saying, but hit play and just listen to the directions. That's there too. We're gonna make one of these in just a second.
That's what we do. Do it. On the second
That sounds elephant-ish.
Can you approve the comments? So we
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That is hilarious.
I just approved a whole bunch of comments, so you can take a look and see if people guessed right. We might need to calm down the animals a split second. Ooh, that's good. All right. Let's pause for a split second. Let's see what kind of questions there are. I know there's a question from over here. You might want to take a look up this way so you're not distracted by all your amazing animal classmates. So tell me what your question is.
The question was just with the activities. Do you approve student permission, like sharing, like, because right off the bat we could see each other's work, or did you have to be approving it as we were submitting it really fast?
Once there was a bunch, I just hit the approve all button.
Okay, and then, but you can't make it so that when they upload it, it's automatically.
You can.
Everybody can see it.
You just need to go into your settings. That wrench is going to have everything.
Yeah.
So if you want it to be where everything just goes straight in,
Yeah,
You
is
can't
it for
just
all
have
or for
per
activity? It's
I don't think so.
It's all or none.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
and then the same thing with comments. Those can be. All right. So here's what let me make sure I'm getting everything that I wanted to explain to you here. So let me show you up here kind of what's involved with making an activity, and then we'll make one together. So let's take a look, kind of what went on here. When I click the plus sign from the teacher login, I have 3 options. So share activity is going to be what you use to create an activity, right? So I'm going to the share activity. And SeeSaw provides some activities already for you, which I kind of recommend doing to see how they get these little images to show up. There's a little bit of code. It's not major, but a little tiny bit of code to get these little images to show up if you want. But if you find one, go ahead and say view or whatever you want to do. But I'm just going to click create new. There's the activity name, whatever I'm going to call it, the directions of whatever I want my students to do. And then notice there's where it says add voice instructions, right? So if you want to add that element for anybody that's early reading, there's the spot to do that, right? Or if they speak Spanish, maybe there's Spanish directions. Attach example. So I hit plus sign, and now it lets me do my own version of what I want them to do. That's probably really helpful because you're going to have kids like asking, what do I do? What do I do? You just check the example first before you ask, right? That's a good way to do that. And then at the bottom, there's even an option for a student template, add a template for students to edit. So that could be like the Venn diagram. Everybody's going to get a copy of that automatically and then start messing with it. That's what would go there. Yes, ma'am.
Question is, can a student, if the student is like writing something, have a writing theirs or download theirs, or how would that show up?
Yes, you can definitely integrate Google into it because, like for example, I want to do attach example. I would say add a file as the teacher or the student, right? And it'll let them pull it in from there.
On the assignment, when it pulls up on the thread, does everybody see their assignment, or do?
That's a good question.
On the thread.
I don't know.
So like when you have the assignment, because I'm thinking like Google Classroom, because we use Google Classroom a lot, and I'm thinking this will eliminate that, and then I would just use this and not have to worry about all these different passwords. But I'm wondering, I don't want them to link up their assignment and then other parents see it, and maybe that was not something that they should have seen, or I don't know how that works.
It should only link. It should only be depending on how you do your settings at the view all or not at all.
Yeah.
So if you have it clicked on the wrench to say students can view, then they're going to be able to view it, whatever you write, whatever you upload and they do. But it's an all or none thing. There's no like per activity.
So you can't do it just for the activity, say, so just for the activity.
I would test that out to see what happens, but I kind of agree that I think that that's what's going to happen. In your settings, you can choose whether students can see each other's work or not. If you're going to do more of this type of stuff, then you probably maybe need to separate the students out individually. If you want to encourage more collaboration where the students are going to be able to go see and comment and say, you know what, I read what you turned in, here's my feedback on it. Did you think about doing it this way, right? So it kind of depends on how you want to do it.
Yeah, because because they have like, they can have conversations sometimes, and where they submit it, just give.
right? I'm not sure. I mean, here's another idea. Here's another idea to answer that question. Oh, she's taking off. Do it. Do it. They'll tell you when you get back. So here's another option. I go into Google Drive, and maybe I say I'm only sharing this document with certain people, and I'm going to get a link to it. And then I use that link to post. Right? Would that work? Seems like it would. Only my teacher has access to it when she clicks this link.
Yeah.
I'm posting the link there. So that would kind of block the other kids from seeing it because they don't have access to it. Okay, so one other sweet thing that I definitely like is once you've created this activity, well, you can also create a whole bunch of them. You can create 20 of them and then pick and choose when they start popping up based on a date. This one pops up this Wednesday, this one pops up next week, this one pops up 3 weeks from now. So there's a calendar timer in there if you want. Pretty cool. And then the other thing that I think is amazing is in your activities, there's the 3 dots right here that says get activity link. So if I get that link, I can now send that to all my other teachers. And as soon as they click on it, it's going to say, do you want to add this into your own SeeSaw journal? So I can start sharing the activities. And that's kind of the plan for today. I'm hoping that each one of you can make one activity, and then we're going to just put them all into one spot where each of you can get each other's activities if you want. That's the goal.
We've actually created a repository where once you create your activities today, you'll be able to share it in a Google form. And that Google form then is populating a spreadsheet that goes to this cool thing Ernest found called an awesome table. And then all the activities will pop up like cards. And so you can go and see other people's activities, click on it, and add it to your own SeeSaw.
Right. I'll show you that now because you kind of saw what it looks like to create an activity. It's not that crazy. But you go to our website, saisd.net/edtech, and just take a look at it for now. I'll give you the link in a second, but just take a look for now. When you get there, we added in a little SeeSaw link right here. So I'm going to go to that. And this is what you'll see. There's a video on how to create and customize an activity in SeeSaw. So if you forgot or you're just like looking at me and zoned out, so there you go. This is a link to submit your activity. So if I click that, it's just a Google form. What is the title of the activity? What's the description of it? This is probably the most complicated part, but y'all will get the hang of that easy. We need an image. So it kind of looks like this, right? Just Google search. I need a picture of a dog. Go to images. Found this awesome one here. As long as you say view image, there's what we need up there, the link. So I'll just copy that. That goes here. Whatever picture represents your activity.
I would recommend going
yes.
to Creative Commons to get your picture.
Or switching to Creative Commons inside of Google, because you can do that too.
Or you pull a picture. No.
Yeah.
Please don't teach your kids to just pull a picture off an image and use it to represent their work.
True.
So,
good point.
Pull something off Creative Commons.
Yeah. Here's how you can do that inside Google. There's tools and there's usage rights. Switch it up right there. Activity link, this is what you pull from SeeSaw. That gets pasted right there. And then the bottom is just what content area and what grade. When you post inside of that form before you leave today, it's going to start showing up in this section right here of the website. Super slow. Uh-oh.
Requires of what?
I'll figure this part out real quick. I don't know why it's doing that.
Okay, but they can get started on the activities.
Right. Right. So before we take off today, sign into your SeeSaw as a teacher, create an activity. Once it's created, you'll be able to submit it using our website. So let's
How many of you have tried using activities already in class? Okay. Awesome.
I think my laptop can we do it together.
Can they work on it together?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, this would be really good for just a grade level partner to team up.
Oh, should we go into our own SeeSaw account?
Yes.
Yes. Sign out and sign back in as a teacher. Copy of templates. Well, let's see. Let's see what's causing that.
I missed the whole lot.